What's up, superheroes? Welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. I'm Scarlet Grace from Seraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach here to help you manifest your wildest desires with the law of attraction. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, coaching is available. I also have a 21-day course on how to manifest your specific person, as well as other self-study courses that you can use to manifest your desires. So if this is something you're interested in, you can find all the links in the description below. So today I wanted to talk about something that I get asked a lot, and this is what to do if you have been manifesting for a while, if you've been using manifestation techniques for a while, and you see no movement in your 3D reality. So this is a very common situation, and this is why I'm making a video to talk about this. The most common reason when you have been using manifestation techniques for a while and you see absolutely no movement in your 3D reality is that you don't yet believe that this thing or this relationship or this job or whatever it is that you want to manifest is actually yours. Let me explain this so that you understand exactly what I mean. The reason we use all those manifestation techniques, whether that's imagining and visualization or scripting or affirmations or whatever method you're using to manifest your desires, the reason we use all of those techniques in the first place is to get into the feeling of the wish fulfilled. To basically feel on the inside that this thing is practically already ours. So if you have been using those techniques, and it's been a while, not just like a day or two, if you have been using those techniques, say, for weeks or months, and you see absolutely no movement in your 3D reality, the most common reason is that you don't actually deep down believe that this thing is possible for you. In other words, you don't truly live from the end. You may try to, you may pretend that you already have this thing, but deep down you're not convinced. So, we use all those manifestation techniques essentially to get used to having that thing in our imagination. And the way it works is the more we use the techniques, the more familiar we are with this state where we have the thing. So let's say that you have been looking for a job for a long while. You are familiar with not having a job, with looking for a job and not getting hired and not having money. In your imagination, you imagine a scene that is after the end result is already manifested. So you imagine that you already have a job. You didn't just get it now, you've had it for a while. You enjoy having a job again. And in the beginning, it will feel strange. It will feel like a lie. And that's not a problem at all because you don't have to actually believe that this is happening right here and now in order to manifest it. You just have to feel open enough about it to be able to enjoy what you're imagining or what you're scripting about without all your doubts and your insecurities coming up and obscuring the thing you're imagining. So if you're visualizing that you already have a job, you don't have to feel like delusional and think that you already have a job when you don't. You just have to be able, at least for the duration of the visualization, to enjoy this scene, this mental movie where you actually have a job and to make it feel believable. And the more you do that, the more you move into the state of the wish fulfilled. So if you start this today, it will feel like a dream that is far out and you don't know when it's going to happen. But then you do it again tomorrow and then you do it again the next day and the next day. And the more time you spend visualizing that you already have a job, the more natural it feels to you. And the more, when you're not in the visualization, when you're living in everyday life, you start identifying with this person, with this version of you that already has a job. And this is what we call living from the end. Of course, you can speed it up by actually trying to live from the end during your day and not just when you're visualizing. Try to think and feel as if you already have a job. Now, just to be clear, if you're new to this channel and you don't know the concept of living from the end, this is not about behaving in a delusional way and doing things that you would be doing if you had a job, only you don't have a job yet. So it's not about going out and trying to buy a house when you don't have the money and you have huge debt and you don't even have a job. It's about feeling on the inside as if you already have the job. So, for example, if you get bills in the mail, you don't get all frustrated about how you're going to pay your bills and how little money you will have left because you only have your savings and you don't have a job and blah, blah, blah. Because this is something that the version of you that doesn't have a job would do. Living from the end is you look at the bill and you think, okay, I don't particularly enjoy that I have to pay this bill, but at least now I have a job. And you basically do not allow yourself to get all stressed out about this bill because you think that now I have a job. This is basically the reaction that you would be having if you had just been hired, but you were told, you know what, you're starting next month, not this month. So think of it like that. When we're talking about living from the end, we mean this kind of thing. So it may not be here yet. Like if you get hired and you start in a month, you may not have a job technically right now, so you're not getting paid. But it's a done thing. It's guaranteed. They already hired you. You will start getting paid next month. So what would your reaction be if you got a bill in the mail and you didn't have all the money to pay it right now, but at the same time, you knew that this situation, this condition where you don't have the money and you're not working and you're not getting paid is temporary because you've already been hired. You just haven't started yet, so you haven't received any money yet. But you don't have to worry as much as you used to worry before you got hired because you know that the money will come. It will be next month, not right now. So right now you're still broke, right now you still got bills to pay, but you found a solution to the problem already, you just haven't seen the money yet. So living from the end and believing that something is yours is this kind of feeling that it's a done deal. I may not see it in physical reality yet. So I'm not saying, for example, that when I'm imagining that I am in a loving relationship with a specific person or married to a specific person, that I'm delusional and think that this person is right here in the room with me all day long. But it's practically a done deal. I know that it's mine. I may not have the physical proof yet, but it's mine. It's practically mine. Just like the job is mine, even though I start next month. I sign the papers, it's a done deal. This is the feeling of living from the end. This is the feeling of believing that your manifestation is yours. If you don't have that feeling, and you keep imagining, and you know deep down that you don't believe that it is yours in this kind of way that I just described, this is the most common reason why you're not seeing any movement in 3D reality. Now, just to be clear, sometimes desires don't manifest in steps. So sometimes you may have a desire, you may be doing everything right, you may believe that it's yours, it's practically yours, so you're effortlessly living from the end, and you've been doing it for a couple of months and you see no movement in 3D reality. Some desires, you don't see any movement. Some desires, they are not here and then suddenly bam, and they're here. So some desires do not actually involve any movement that you can easily notice. You go from not having the thing to suddenly having the thing and it feels like a miracle. You didn't see all the in-between steps. And that's not a problem at all. The thing is, if this is your case, if the reason you're not seeing movement is because it's one of those desires where you don't see it manifesting in steps, you just get the whole thing at once, then chances are you wouldn't be worrying about why you're not seeing movement in 3D reality, because if you're truly living from the end, you do not feel attached to what is going on right now. You do not let circumstances bother you. You don't even have to try to block them from bothering you. They just don't. You just do not concern yourself anymore with what is going on around you that feels like it's going against your goal, because you have this stronger conviction on the inside that this desire is practically already yours, that you don't care what is going on and what the circumstances are. You know that circumstances don't matter, and that's how you know that you are successfully living from the end. When things that used to bother you, outside circumstances that used to bother you, do not bother you at all anymore, and you feel that your desire is practically yours, that's how you know that you're doing it correctly, that you're truly living from the end. If this is not the case, If you have been trying to manifest something for a while and using techniques for a while, and you don't see any movement and you're bothered by it, then your case is not that it is one of those manifestations that come all at once and there are no in-between steps that you can notice, movement that you can notice. Your case is that deep down, you're not convinced that it's already yours. So let me give you the steps to fix this. The first step is to relax and to tell yourself that this goal is not so big and so difficult and so important. The biggest reason, the main reason people struggle to live from the end of a specific desire is because they have taken this desire and turned it into this huge mountain of a thing that is the most important thing in their lives. And oh my God, if I fail to manifest it, then what will happen to me? And this is rarely the case. So have you noticed how when you're looking for a job, for example, and you have been looking for a while and you can't find a position, that nothing is available, and the moment you get hired, suddenly other people want to hire you too. This happens for this very reason. Or if you've been looking for a romantic partner for a while, you've been single for a while and looking, and you can't find anybody who seems like the kind of person you want to be dating, you feel that there are no people out there for you. You feel that this is so hard. And then the moment you get in a relationship and you're happy, suddenly people are hitting on you. Suddenly you meet all kinds of people and you're wondering, where were these people when I was looking for a date? Where were these people when I was looking for a romantic relationship? Because suddenly I know so many single people who are hot, who are intelligent, who have the same hobbies as me, the same interest as me. Where were they hiding when I was looking for a date, when I was looking for a relationship? Well, they weren't hiding, but because you made it so important, it felt difficult to you. And now that you actually have it, now you see all the other options. Those options were there before too. You just couldn't experience them. You could have manifested them before if you hadn't made this goal into this huge, difficult thing that is going to take a lot of energy and effort and time to manifest. So if you have a goal and you struggle to feel that it's going to be yours, that practically it's already yours, that it's easy to manifest it, this is the main reason. You're too attached to the goal, you have made it super important, and you bring up a lot of resistance for no good reason. So relax and have some fun with it. Tell yourself, I'm manifesting this because it's fun. Even if it doesn't manifest fast, that's okay. I'm having fun doing it. If you have failed to manifest it in the past, don't tell yourself, oh, I keep failing to manifest this desire. Tell yourself, I have discovered many ways that manifesting doesn't work well for me. And so I know not to go about it this way. So this is useful. This is actually feedback. With every method or every way that you fail to manifest something, well, it may not be pleasant, but you know more about what works and what doesn't work for you. So my first tip is relax and have some fun with it. Tell yourself this is not the end of the world. If this desire doesn't manifest in your 3D reality today or this week or even this month, it's not the end of the world. So relax, have a playful attitude, and enjoy the manifestation process. Enjoy the techniques that you're using. If you're pushing yourself to use techniques when you're not in the mood, or pushing yourself to use techniques because you have to, otherwise your desire will not manifest, well, that's a lie. Do what makes you feel happy. And if you feel burned out, if you feel tired, if you feel you've been trying too hard to manifest this desire, and you can't even think positively about it anymore, take a break. Spend a week not using any techniques. Spend a week doing things that are fun for you. And don't even think about manifesting. And sometimes that's all that is needed for some people to get their desires. Because it wasn't that they were doing anything wrong. They just had a lot of resistance because they were focusing on the goal all the damn time. If you let it go for a while and just have fun and do things that are fun for you and pleasant, sometimes that's all it takes to manifest it. That's all it takes to see movement in 3D reality. And my second tip is, and this is what I use most of the time, I always tell myself that everything is going to be fine in the end. And if it's not fine right now, then this means that it's not the end. So in other words, if you have been imagining, if you've been scripting or using affirmations or whatever, and things aren't getting better right now, well, that means that you're still in the middle of the manifestation. And what do I always say? Do not mess with the middle. The middle is not your job. What matters is that your end result is guaranteed. So if right now you look around you and it's not the situation that you want, it's not the results that you want in your 3D reality, what does that mean? It means that this is not the end. It is not the end yet. You're still in the middle of the manifestation. Don't mess with it. Don't focus on it. It's not your business. It's not your job to do anything with it. Your only job is to enjoy yourself, imagining that you already have your desire until it feels so natural to you because you have imagined it so many times that you feel that it's practically yours already, whether it is here in your 3D reality or it's not. So this is how to resolve this issue when you have been imagining and you see no movement in 3D reality. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the subscribe button and the bell icon because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest an amazing life.